Listen, I can't but tell me I prefer the listen live than the music. This is get more feeling. Oh man, I watch it really so really. Barry? Again.
What the alarm, man?
You had a long weekend, though. We got the photo last night. Late. It's just started.
I call him my organization. Why? You really meet down here, so my chair down here. I ain't put my two big flags.
Yes, that's what you want for the place. You spent it here? Wait, no, wait. Just for you, yeah.
Daddy fanfare.
Please be seated.
That's harder.
Yeah, she got blue.
Yeah, she got ready, yeah. I ain't seen she got on to her. He got
National.
Douglas Frost for his dedicated service as an educator and a sterling contribution to the trade union movement. He has served selflessly with humility, dedication, honesty, and a fierce sense of justice. Mr. Frost was educated at the Law School and subsequently at the University of Oxford, and he joined the staff of his alma mater in 1962 as a teacher of English. He also joined the then Association of Assistant Teachers in Secondary Schools, later serving on its executive, and thus began his long tenure and unflinching dedication to the trade union movement. His elevation to the post of General Secretary in 1968 sealed his fate, and his work with the union movement continues to this day. The Order of Freedom of Barbados Award presented to Mr. Patrick Douglas Frost. The Knight of St. Andrew for extraordinary and outstanding achievement in service of Barbados and to humanity at large. Presented to Mr. Patterson Keith Herman Cheltenham for his stellar career in the legal profession and achieving the deserving accolade of judicial luminary. Mr. Patterson has been a legal practitioner in excess of 40 years. Primarily in the areas of injury law, employment law, and corporate and commercial law. He has been involved in frequent negotiations and other forms of non-litigious dispute resolution. In June of 2016, he was admitted as a fellow and an accredited mediator of the Chartered Institute of Arbitrators. He is presently the education coordinator of the Caribbean branch of CIR. He was also called to the bars of Antigua and Barbuda, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and St. Lucia. Mr. Patterson is deeply committed to education and to public service, having served as a lecturer and tutor in company and commercial law at the Cayville campus of the University of the West Indies.
Okay.
The Knight of St. Andrew, Patterson Keith Herman Cheltenham, Chief Justice of Barbados.
That's the last one they're giving up.
Good man, huh?
That's the last one they get ever. You get the last one.
The Knight of St.
They're
Andrew
going to have those next year, you know.
presented to Brigadier General Rudyard Eggleton Carrington Lewis for his extraordinary achievement and meritorious service to the military in Barbados and the Caribbean.
Good man.
Though he is not with us today, we do want to honor him on this occasion of our 54th anniversary of independence. He assumed the command of the Barbados
The order
Defense
you
Force
heard
in
that
1980
the General
during a
Cross that would
period
be the
when
one.
there was grave concern for the stability of the Caribbean region.
The only one.
He most capably assumed the responsibility for equipping and training the Barbados Defense Force as the current elite professional
That just means
military
before
entity
going forward,
to
other ones would
treat
still
the
call that,
security
which is fun.
challenges of that era. He also conceptualized and designed the CARICOM Disaster Relief Unit and the regional security system. Knight of St. Andrew conferred in absentia to Brigadier General Rudyard Eggleton Carrington Lewis. Come on Dr. Manohar Singh Asistaya Ramjan Manika in recognition of his courage and selfless effort to restrict the entry of the COVID-19 virus into the island during the initial stage of the global pandemic. Mr. Rajmanikam was appointed as the medical officer in charge of the mobile testing team. As the officer in charge of the team, he routinely and personally led the testing team in the field, whether at the ports of entry or in the community. The initial stages of the global pandemic were characterized by high levels of uncertainty, fear, and anxiety. Despite this, he showed resolute dedication to his duty and approached his job with a high level of professionalism. In every respect, he placed his national duty to his country before himself. His leadership and expertise were an integral part of the ministry's efforts to screen the passengers of several cruise ships anchored off Barbados' coast for COVID-19. The accolade of Barbados Star of Gallantry is being conferred for his courage and selfless effort to restrict the entry of the COVID-19 virus into the island during the initial stages of the global pandemic. The Barbados Star of Gallantry, conferred on Captain Donville Patterson Dash. For his courage and commitment in difficult and dangerous conditions during the initial stages of Barbados' response to the COVID-19 pandemic. Captain Dash was identified by the BDF as one of the officers who would be tasked with spearheading the BDF's contribution to the national COVID-19 response effort. As the head of the BDF's medical unit, he was tasked to manage the assistance which BDF rendered to the Ministry of Health and Wellness and to advise the Chief of Staff on all COVID-19 related matters. Due to the aforementioned fear and uncertainty created by the pandemic and the restrictions preventing the cruise ships from entering the port, the cruise ships could not berth in the Deepwater Harbor. Nonetheless, it was an urgent requirement to test the crew and passengers of the various cruise ships anchored off the coast of Barbados to ensure that they were not infected. The possibility of passengers or crew members of these vessels succumbing to the life-threatening effects of the virus was high, and therefore secure screening needed to be conducted urgently. Captain Dash took the responsibility to be part of the COVID-19 testing team, which would sail out to these cruise ships to perform this high-risk assignment. Due to the unorthodox docking arrangement and the massive size of the cruise ships, this officer placed his life and well-being at great risk to board the vessels by climbing 40 feet up and over the side of the ships by a rope ladder which was suspended from the side of each cruise ship. The accolade of Barbados Star of Gallantry is being conferred for his courage and commitment in difficult and dangerous conditions during the initial stages of Barbados' response to the COVID-19 pandemic. Coast Guard Anderson Goodrich. For his courage and commitment in difficult and dangerous conditions during the initial stages of Barbados' response to the COVID-19 pandemic.
Throughout the world, it's a time that feels so dark, and suddenly closer, not apart. The sun still shines in our hearts. Hey. It's our world, and we must hold on hand in hand. Spreading love in every line. Oh, oh, oh. This is who we are. 'Cause this is who we are. This is
said he was going down. He's going down, yeah.
Love is so infectious. Let love overflow. 'Cause this is who we are. But tomorrow, so many choices we make. For our children's sake. Future is at stake, yeah. History will show that we also sat back and we overcame the time and won the battle alive. This is who we are. Separation has brought us closer. It's who we are. Let the whole world know that love is also infectious. Let love overflow. It's who we Let me go. Can't hold me down, I'll make me go so. Hey, so we can get back to it again. Ready, let me go. All right. One love, everybody come together. One heart, together we come together. That's we get to see another.
We've been tested before on victorious weekend. What we know for sure is we will rise again. Together, better, stronger.
When the world closed, our hearts open. When fear rules, love also deepen. When borders close, boundaries widen. No choice, one voice. Let the whole world rejoice.
From near and from far. 'Cause this
It's who we are.
Barbados, this is who we are. Let's give it up one more time for the 25 RT. Yes, feel free.
Patterson, what you think there? I say come up closer. Before you being rude.
What is it? My hand at you?
Walk, pinch.
What's wrong with you?
How you gonna get one of these just now? Listen, I'm going to let the NCC workers start working them up. And that other part there, you want me to call these hard work?
forward. Man, say you dress forward. Forward, forward, all the way down to here. Forward. Steady. Stand still. The front rank of the right half. Stand still. The front rank of the left half. Smack. Steady, 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 steady. Steady. Stand still. The center rank of the right half. Steady. Steady. Stand still. The center rank of the left half. Spot. Oh yeah. Steady, steady. Stand still. The rear rank of the right half. Stand still. The rear rank of the left half. Right? Yes! Good! Right! Shoulder! Out! Right! Off the colors! Yes, sir! Present! Out!
Gonna party? Yes, direction. Right, right, hard. Quick, hard.
Wayne! Shoulder! Out! Order! Out! Wayne! Well, unfixed! Minutes! Unfixed! Minutes! Shut! Hey! Stand up! Hey! Nice to win. Well done, everyone. A happy independence.
Thank you, sir.
Call out the officers. Sir. And that's in one.